Hi again, friends. This is CraftyGalVictoria here. Today is another What the Scrap video. I haven't made one of these in a while because I've been utilizing my scraps in certain things that, I don't know, that I just incorporated into other projects and just didn't think much about it. And because they're much larger projects, I didn't want to show those individually. I'm going to be making another crochet video here this weekend, and just wanted to show those all at once. But in this video, I want to show you what I did. Oh, where'd I put it? Found it. I have this little basket. I'm sure I've shown this before, but I have cotton scraps in this one. These are all just leftover little bits from projects. There's not much here. There's not a whole lot I can do with it. Just maybe put a stripe in a dishcloth, or I don't know. I mean, some are a little bit bigger. These are like Christmas. I have a ton of this cotton yarn that has like this black thread running through it. It's really pretty. I've made a lot of dishcloths out of this. This is a little tiny tidbit left over from that. Just little stuff, you know. So I keep all the smallest of balls in this little basket. And when I don't have enough to even make anything, this is what I do. And this is just for me, so it doesn't matter how ugly they are. They're very functional, and it utilizes all of that little cotton scraps that I have left over. Sorry, the ice maker's going off, so if you hear that, I apologize. But anyways, what I wind up doing is I wind up making really scrappy, funky looking dishcloths. And you can see I already used some of those scraps in that one there. Now these aren't very big. I think they measure like 7 by 7, 7.5 by 7.5 square. And they're just fun, and they're funky, and they're unique, and they're one of a kind. And this is just for my kitchen to wipe down counters, wipe down the grandbaby's face when they get messy. So, and they're cotton, so they soften up over time. And that's what I wind up doing with all these little balls of cotton. Here's another one I made. It looks a little Christmassy. It kind of reminds me of like Santa's belt going across his tummy. Not that I intended to do that, but I had some of this, what is this called, guys? Do you remember? Scrubby yarn by Red Heart, I believe. I love this in like kitchen dishcloths, or like those back scrubber loofah things. But I wind up with like little tiny balls left. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put them into some dishcloths. Just for my house. This is great for like the pots and pans you don't wanna use like a really hard scratchy sponge on. And it just works really good because it's got that texture in it. So nothing fancy, nothing super awesome, just some really scrappy dishcloths for my house. You can give them to your kids, your friends, just a silly little what have you, you know. And then I made these this year for Easter, but I found another orange scrap ball in my basket of scraps, and this is acrylic yarn, so I just made another one of these because we have yet a new grandbaby that was born in October. Welcome to the world, Harvey. He was born a little early, but he is here, so this Easter he will be getting I know he's a little young, but he still deserves a little Easter treat bag. So I made another one of these for our newest grandbaby. So there we have it. Another treat bag. So these are some just fun little projects I made recently for my What the Scrap video, my little series I'm doing. And I'll be making another video and showing you a bunch of other items that I've been making, utilizing scraps and also utilizing like partial skeins, which I don't consider those scraps. I don't consider things scraps until they're like really little, or like this. One other thing I want to show you quickly is I repaired this bag, this little pink crochet market bag. It had some, I didn't like the way the handle was joined together at the top. They joined it, but I didn't like it, so I wound up doing, I bought this secondhand way a long time ago in Alaska. I couldn't leave it at the thrift store. It was too cute, and somebody put a lot of work into it, and I'm just a sucker for handmade stuff sometimes. And it was like $1. I don't even remember, it was years ago. But I didn't like the way they did the handle at the top. It just wasn't my preference. And the tails weren't weaved in. So they single crocheted the handle together here at the top. And I wound up just taking that out and sewing it together. And you can't even see where it was done. It's so much cleaner. There's not that weird hump. And then they had like some tails that weren't sewn in here at the base of the handles, and a tail that wasn't sewn in here at the bottom. I just wound up sewing those in, and I'm thinking about lining it, because we all know crochet bags, the heavier, I mean, this is a big bag. This is pretty big. And as we put stuff in, the weight just stretches and stretches and stretches it. So I'm thinking about lining it with something sweet, some kind of fabric liner, and then I will probably fabric line the handle as well to keep that from stretching way out of whack. But I repaired that as well. And one other repair I did, I've been doing a lot of repairs on some things that, like this, for instance. One more thing, let me just dig it out here. One other thing I repaired, this is a dishcloth my mom made me probably 12 years ago. I don't know. This one here, she's so cute. She made this for me right before I moved to Alaska. So this was back in 2013. I use it all the time. After the last washing, the V she had sewn into it was coming apart, and it had started to come apart down here. So after I washed it, I was like, I don't want to lose this piece of my mama that made me this, because, you know, she's gone. She can't do these repairs for me or make me any more. So I want this to last as long as it possibly can. So I strategically took it apart. I couldn't follow the pattern exactly because the cotton was pretty falling apart in some spots. I still have a little piece of this cotton left over somewhere. Did I save it in here? I don't know where I put it, but I do have a little piece of this cotton left over, and everybody's tension and everything is a little bit different. So I wound up having a little bit left over, and I couldn't make it exactly the way she had it, but I fixed it. I stopped here and I got off the broken, torn cotton and it was starting to unravel here. I took it apart and recrocheted it, and then I surface crocheted the V back on. I couldn't do it where you sew it like flat. I had to do this kind of like chain surface crochet to make that V again. But it made my heart so happy to repair this, because like I said, my mom is gone now, and I wouldn't have this anymore. So I repaired this. It's been like a fixing week. I repaired some buttons on some shorts for my husband. I repaired a little doll for my granddaughter. Let me grab that. I'll show it to you. Before I show you the doll, let me tell you this. So my mother had, like I said, sewn the V on. I don't know how she did it. I couldn't do it. But when I tried to do it, the yarn broke. And I was so upset because it was such a small piece to do the V. And this is the exact yarn that she used. Well, I knew this yarn was like 12 years old. I'm like, I don't know if I can even find that yarn to fix and put the V back on. So this is kind of a funny story. A while back, I had gone to the thrift store, like months ago, and had bought, is that even a word? I don't know. I had purchased a small plastic bag of cotton yarns, and lo and behold, I'm sitting there looking through cotton yarn trying to find something comparable to the yarn that my mother had used. And in that bag of thrifted yarn that I found months ago was the exact yarn that she used. I could not believe my eyes. I forgot I even had this. So I was so happy. I know it's a peaches and cream. It's got this real pretty gold and burgundy and cream looking, I don't know, stripey in it. I don't even know what it's called. This one didn't have the ball band. But when I was holding that string that original V was made out of and put it next to this, it was exactly the same. It's like it was meant to be that I purchased that cotton yarn at the thrift store that particular day. Had I not gone that day, this might have not been there. It's just the universe speaking to you, right? So I could not believe I had it. Okay, on to my granddaughter's doll. I'm talking over a year ago. My granddaughter brought me this doll because she had a big hole in the top of her head. And she's like, Mima, can you fix this? And I was like, yeah. Well, I wound up putting it away for a while, and things get shuffled around, and with all the stuff coming in from Alaska and trying to find places to put all that stuff and make room and organize and clean out some stuff we weren't using anymore, cleaning out clothes, etc. You know how that goes all the time. You're always forever rearranging, right? And reorganizing. Well, I found this doll again. This is like the second time. I forgot about her. When she first brought her over, I put her away, forgot about her, found her again, put her aside to fix her, forgot about her again. Well, as I was putting away all that stuff from Alaska, found her again. She had this big gaping hole in the top of her head. Now, this is not by any means perfect, but I wound up putting more stuffing in her because I think she lost quite a bit of stuffing. And I just stitched her head back together here. So she'll be happy to finally have this back. I tried to repair a blanket she gave me, but it's like that fuzzy, I don't know how to fix it. It's got 2 holes in it. I tried sewing it, but the way the holes are, it's like that really, I don't even know what it's called. Those just really soft, Christmassy, fuzzy blankets. I couldn't fix it. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what to do to fix it. So I tried, but I think it's just, I don't know. It's not repairable, in my opinion, at this juncture. So anyways, yeah, just been repairing a lot of things and stuff like that. And, you know, working and doing things and stuff. And lots of doctor's appointments. Have I got a story for you guys? So I'm not going to make this story really long. If you're done watching, that's it for the What the Scrap series and repairs that I've been doing. If you were just here for that, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video. If y'all want to stick around and hear this story, it's real brief. I'm going to share it with you. I was getting really sick. Really nauseous, no appetite, extremely dizzy, just sick. And I didn't know what the heck was going on. Went to the doctor. They put me on some anti-nausea medication. They put me on medicine to help with dizziness. Through a bunch of blood work, wanted to send me for a CT scan. They were like, we're gonna get to the bottom of this just because of my history and all that. So I go schedule the CT scan. I'm taking the anti-nausea medicine. I'm taking the meclizine, I think is what it was called, and it was to help with dizziness and stuff like that. And the doctor was even saying it might be crystals in your ears or something like that, and it will cause, they can move and cause dizziness as we get older. They could just do it. I didn't even know we had crystals in our ears. Long story short, my husband was away at work, comes home. The minute he gets home, he's like, what's that smell? I didn't smell anything. And I was like, I don't know. What do you smell? He's like, smells like gas. He goes into, he checks our stove because we have a gas stove. he goes and checks our hot water heater because that's the only other thing that's gas in this house, and it was leaking. He used to be a service technician many moons ago, and he used to install hot water heaters and all kinds of stuff. He immediately went out there, shut off the gas, aired out the garage. He's like, oh my God, it was super, we had a gas leak. We had a gas leak. And the door leading from our garage into our home, the seal isn't excellent. We just rent this house and it's not in awesome condition. And my sewing studio is right there by that garage door. And I don't shut the door when I'm sewing. So anytime I was back there, I never smelt anything. I can't smell that. So I never smelt anything. So for like 4 or 5 days, I'm sitting there breathing in the whole house. I should have known something was weird because my dogs didn't even want to go down the hallway back on that side of the house, and they were throwing up. But we have a carbon monoxide monitor in the house, but I don't think it's in the right spot. It's like high up on the wall. I'll put a picture here. It's like high up on the wall above our thermostat. The guy that came to repair our hot water heater, it was condemned. He had to completely remove it and put a new one in. He was like, you're lucky. You're so lucky, because had that water not been dripping on that pilot light, he said, I mean, it could have, he goes, not only that, it's all over the house, you know. My husband aired out the whole house. I mean, he smelled it right away. He's got like a really sensitive nose to any kind of scent. So, I mean, immediately he gets home from work, and right when he walks in, he's just like, what's that smell? And he immediately checks the gas lines. It's like he just knew. I was here for 3 weeks, breathing, who knows? I don't know. I mean, there was hot water, but I didn't notice the hot water not being hot because, I mean, we live in Arizona, you know, and the water's hot all the time. It comes out of the tap hot, even the cold water. You could run it and run it and run it, which I don't, but it never gets like cold. So I didn't notice it showering or giving the dogs a bath or washing dishes. It just was, I noticed, that's a lie. I did notice it wasn't as hot as it was, but I just never thought we had a gas leak. Because I couldn't smell it. I couldn't smell it. So anyways, I go back to the doctor for a follow-up, and she's asking, I said, well, I canceled the CT scan. And she's like, why is that? And I'm like, well, because we figured out why. And as soon as that thing was replaced, I haven't been dizzy, haven't been nauseous, haven't been sick. Dogs go everywhere now, down the hallway, whatever, no problems. I should have freaking known, but I didn't. I just didn't, because I couldn't smell it. That wasn't even a thought that went through my brain cells. But yeah, it was awful. It was awful. The doctor was like, you know, you were suffering ill effects from carbon monoxide poisoning. That you are so lucky. You're so lucky. I'm so glad nothing happened. So that was my scary ordeal. I just couldn't believe it. So anyways, that's my story. Thank you if you're still here. You stayed till the end of this video. And I'm going to be making a crochet update video. Maybe tomorrow if I am done with work early enough. If not, I will make it this weekend and have it uploaded Monday or Tuesday. And then I also have, I keep saying it, but I have a sewing video to share with you guys. So I'm gonna get all that stuff together and update you with that as well. I have some really cool stuff to show you. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching the What the Scrap series and my repairs, and we'll see you in the next video. Appreciate you guys. Till next time, Crafty Gal Victoria here. Bye-bye.